Hi, this is Kalyan from Sai Solution. Let's talk about truth, reality, and rationality. Obviously, the foundation of this analysis is pure nature pure science. It's a dialectical, materialistic, observatory science. Before going to the main topic, let us try and understand few terminologies based on our three layers of existence. And those three layers are physical, physiological, and psychological. Physical means necessarily which are easily perceivable. Like I'm moving my hand, it is easily perceivable. Physiological is the chemical movement that is happening within the physical entity. That is what is the physiological. Like my blood is flowing, that is a physiological existence of mine, and which is not easily perceivable, but we can perceive it with some arrangement and so-called modern scientific intervention. Now, psychological aspect is absolutely a neural impulsive aspect which cannot be perceived by anyone else but other than the individual who is experiencing it. So physical, physiological, and psychological, these three layers of existence need to be understood before proceeding further to explore truth, reality, and rationality. Now, in correlation to these, we need to also understand the meaning of tendency, experience, intention. Tendency is a spontaneous existence in nature. Whatever is existing in nature mostly are tendency based, which are not humanly modified. For an example, mango in mango tree is produced by the tree through its tendency. It doesn't have any intention or an objective to produce the mango to please mankind or any other organism or such like something like that. So tendency is a spontaneous activity where there is no neural motive is there. So neural motive is intention, and this neural motive or the intention is actually produced within an organism through the experience of tendencies. The way we experience tendencies around us, we gather that experience and develop our intention. So these three layers, tendencies primarily a physical aspect, experience is its chemical experience within the body, right? So let's proceed further with the further terminology so that we can experience slowly and gradually what is truth, what is reality, and what is rationality. Now, reception is a physical start of anything in our life. When we receive any information, that information may be a tendency based or a mix based, we'll understand that. So that is received first. So you need to understand step by step. So one is this reception of the physical entity, then the sensation of that received entity. The received information is sensed by us. That's a chemical aspect within the body that happens. And after that sensation, we identify that sensation. That identification process is the perception, where we term that sensation is acceptable or not acceptable. Now coming to these three aspects of our so-called execution, acting, feeling, and thinking. Acting is again a physical aspect, which is perceivable, which can be claimed that I have acted upon. The feeling comes after the action. That feeling is a chemical, customized experience of the action. It's a chemical customized experience of the action. So customized means person to person it varies, right? And from the feeling, we generate some thoughts out of the feeling. And that thought is definitely a neural aspect. And this is a vicious cycle actually. After the thinking, after the thought is produced, the next set of action gets modified a bit. And then comes the next set of feeling, then thinking. So this goes on and on in a vicious cycle. We call it AFT or TFA also. So in some other video, we'll talk about this in details, but action, feeling, thinking are connected in a vicious cycle. Now, confrontation, exploration, and identification is quite similar to this reception, sensation, and perception. Confrontation is nothing but the reception of the physical entity, physical information that we receive. Then exploration is the confronted physical entity is experienced within the body through the chemical flow. So that is the exploration of the confrontation. And then exploration is identified through our neural intervention. That is what is the identification of the exploration. Now let's proceed with our understanding of truth, reality, and rationality. To understand truth, we need to understand this particular Venn diagram. Truth or non-truth, this is a very dicey area. Like if something is claimed as truth and the same thing is claimed as non-truth by some other individual, how to identify this? Let's try to simplify this understanding. The whole existence, whatever exists really, can be claimed as truth. Now, in this existence, there is some physical existence and there is some non-physical existence. Now, physical existence, since it is easily perceivable and commonly perceivable, is claimed as truth. And definitely there is some portion of truth for sure in any physical existence. Now in this Venn diagram, you see there is a red portion, red circle, and there is a violet circle. Now the red circle depicts that physical entity which has got a common perceivability. The physical entity which has got a common perceivability, and that's why we call that this is truth for sure. Whatever is exists, that's truth, and this physical entity is that existence, right? Now we need to understand some portion of that red circle is called as unmodified physical facts or confirmed truth. So we just understood the meaning of tendency. Now this particular unmodified physical fact is nothing but tendency based truth, which is a confirmed truth. Like we talked about mango. Mango is definitely a confirmed truth if it is naturally grown. Now, in this particular overlapping area where this violet circle is nothing but the ideas, red is the fact area and violet is the idea area, which is an intentional aspect, non-physical existence. Now, non-physical existence cannot be claimed as truth or non-truth both. So here we are not talking about that if something is not physical, something is not perceivable, then that definitely non-truth. But it is also true, it is also a fact that it cannot be claimed as a truth, right? Now in this overlapping area, there are modified physical facts. Modified physical facts means when we modify the tendency based facts and create some other physical entity. For an example, from mango to mango jam. Mango jam is a modified physical fact. Now here we need to understand, in the mango jam, we have mango as the tendency based unmodified physical fact. Along with that, there is a mixture of idea. Nonetheless, there are chemicals and all, but chemicals are mixed out of ideas, right? So modified physical facts necessarily is a combination of facts and ideas. And ideas, as we understood, that ideas are non-physical entity where we cannot conclude that this is for sure, this is truth. For an individual, it may look like a truth, but truth means it is absolute. It is truth for everyone. So an idea cannot be claimed as truth for all. This is what about the truth and non-truth. Now, examples that I have given already. Physical fact is naturally grown mango. Naturally grown mango is a physical fact, which is tendency driven. Modified fact is combination of the physical fact plus idea. So mango jam is that example. Now, idea. Idea is, the example is thought to make mango jam. Just the thought. That's an idea. And if you have that thought, I may not have that thought, that cannot be claimed as truth for sure, right? So these are the examples of truth. Now coming to the reality. Now we understood those three layers, remember? Physical, physiological, and the psychological. Now we are at the second layer. The first layer is the physical aspect, which is absolute aspect, claimable absolute, right? So when we confront that, when we experience that, we receive that into our body, that time we start sensing that through the physiological chemical action within the body. So that also will have similar repercussion of those truth areas. You remember unmodified fact, modified fact, and the ideas. So here the sensation due to unmodified physical truth. And this reality, this is what is the reality. Reality is that physical sensation, physiological sensation, which happens within the body, and it is definitely a customizable thing. I cannot claim that my reality is your reality, and you cannot claim that your reality is my reality. So it is the personal experience, physiological experience. We need to use these terms, physical, physiological, and psychological, uh, properly, so that the meaning of the words are not differed. So here let's try and understand. Here we are talking about the physiological experience, which is a sensation and which is the reality, and which are customizable. So we will have one type of sensation due to the unmodified physical truth when we experience the mango. And then we'll come to the examples, and then the modified truth when we experience that time a sensation, a different type of sensation happens. So that's what is the second type of sensation. And there is there are actually sensations due to the ideas. So that's what is the third type of reality. And all these realities may be identified or unidentified, both. Now let's see the example. Sensations due to physical truth, sensation of attraction. So the moment we see the mango or touch the mango in our tongue, there is, and when we are hungry, that's a natural attraction towards the unmodified physical truth. So that sense is that a first type of sensation towards a mango, which is a naturally grown. And when we are hungry, the kind of attraction that we are sensing in our body, that's what is the first type of sensation or first type of reality. Now sensation due to modified truth. Sensation due to modified truth is attraction towards mango jam with or without hunger. With or without hunger. So in this modified truth, not only the mango jam, but all it comes all modified taste, humanly made, humanly modified taste. So attraction towards these tastes doesn't need the support of hunger. Hunger is a tendency based response, which is a physiological aspect, which is not a neural aspect. Craving is a neural aspect. So we feel attracted towards these humanly modified facts because there is not only the fact available, but the idea is mixed with that. So a modified taste is fact plus idea. So attraction will be definitely unregulated and indulgence will be more towards those modified truth. Now sensation due to idea. Sensation due to idea. This is very important aspect. Now an idea comes into the mind and I start uh, enjoying my bodily physiological sensation. Example is definitely masturbation, where some sexual idea comes into mind, which is not a confirmed truth, which is coming. Now that is producing some kind of physiological sensation and I start enjoying that. So this is an example of the reality, individualized, customized reality. Now coming to the rationality. What is the meaning of this rationality vis-a-vis the irrationality also? Now see, if there is a start and an end, confirmed start and confirmed end, then it has got a meaningful existence in our overall existence. Now rationality is that which has got a start and definitely an end. When the perceptions towards the fact driven sensation, when the perception towards the fact driven sensation happens, that is where we achieve rational awareness. So if we are driven by mango, then that has an end, concrete end. The moment we are satiated, the physiological need is completed, the attraction will be gone. There will not be unending attraction towards mango when we sit and eat any natural food per se, natural taste per se. So it has got a concrete start. Hunger is the concrete start and satiation is the concrete end. Now, the perception towards modified facts or ideas. Modified facts means there is some idea in it and also ideas. So when we perceive our sensation which is caused by the modified fact or the ideas, we actually form a loop within it. There is no start or end because idea may occur anytime. Idea doesn't need any physiological indication to occur. So idea can occur if it is creating some physiological sensation. Then we start perceiving it and identifying it, and that identifying gives a boost to the idea, and then again that formation of idea after the sense, after the idea, the sensation, and then perception, and perception gives a and boost to the idea again, and that boosted idea will create again sensation, and we are in the loop. So there is no start or the end identified when we experience physiological sensation due to any modified fact or the ideas. We need to understand here and at this point that an unmodified physical fact cannot create a loop. It will be naturally stopped unless there is a mixture of the ideas. So whenever we are driving our physiological sensation by any idea, maybe part idea, because modified fact means part idea, and idea is idea obviously, that time we are forming a loop. So that defines the rationality or irrationality. Now examples, definitely the perception towards fact driven sensation, liking a mango. Liking a mango when consumed with hunger. It has got a start and end. Perception towards modified fact or ideas causing sensation, like mango jam, liking mango jam, is that attraction towards the mango jam. When we perceive that and identify that this is my liking. Similar goes with the masturbation, enjoying the masturbation. That means you are identifying that act as enjoyment and you are building another idea, and that idea will bring another sensation, and that sensation will bring another perception, and that perception will boost the idea, and the loop will go on, because there is no physical entity, and non-physical creation, there is no end to it, right? So we need to understand this aspect to understand these three layers of truth, reality, and rationality. Before we conclude, let's have concluding examples of truth. Primary physical facts, or the tendency driven truth, if we talk about. So let's take some methodical examples. These are necessarily information and unmodified information, unmodified natural information. And this information, when we bifurcate, we find the 5 types of informations are received by our 5 sense organs, which are light, sound, smell, taste, touch, received through our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and the skin. Now, the examples of the unmodified information in respect to the light is sun, which is definitely a tendency-based truth. Now, sound is definitely a bird tweets. Bird, if it is not caged or confined, bird will not try to please you. The natural free bird will tweet on its own as tendency. So those tweets are definitely, those sounds are definitely unmodified information. Now, smell, fragrance of flower. Flower doesn't have any neural existence at all. So flower also, a plant will not have an intention to please you with its fragrance. So that fragrance comes out of natural tendency. So that's an example of the unmodified information. Now, taste is a natural mango. We talked about it. Now, touch. When you just a hug emerged out of congruence. Congruence means there is no conflict in the touch. When you are touching somebody, there is no uncomfortability. There is a comfortability, and it has emerged. It has not out of some idea that I have to hug now. That idea is not there behind it. Emerge. Suddenly it happens. So that is a tendency-based touch we can identify. Right. Now, ideas, the intentionally crafted concepts, which cannot be claimed as truth or non-truth. We mentioned about that. Let's try and understand that. All these aspects: mind, religion, motivation, intention, gratitude, God, thoughts, love, sadness, respect, hatred, nation, caste. All these are idea-based concepts which doesn't have a physical existence. So it cannot be claimed as truth or non-truth. Now, to form our rationality, if we focused on physical facts, physical unmodified facts more and more, and lesser on the ideas, we actually keep our rationality intact. We confirm the intactness of the rationality. We need to understand. Now, a few examples of the modified physical fact. Modified physical facts are any humanly intervened creation. So on those aspects, light, sound, smell, taste, touch, we have these 5 examples. There are n numbers of examples can be shared. So mobile is the light source, which is humanly crafted. DJ, mobile or laptop screen, any screen or any light, artificial light. So DJ is a sound that is artificially crafted with ideas. Scent, artificial scents, smell crafted chemically. Curry, curry means any humanly modified taste. Humanly modified taste, I mean humanly modified taste. It's not that your own kitchen or restaurant. Humanly modified taste means it is humanly crafted, intervened. Idea is there. Pornography, pornography creates some kind of touch sensation, that's actually a kind of um, irrationality. It actually boosts irrationality, because it comes from a sight. It comes, but it creates a sensation of touch, because sex is related to the touch, and when you enjoy any sexual pleasure, it's definitely related to the touch. you start enjoying the touch. That's why you start enjoying the sexual pleasure. So these are a few examples of truth. That's it for the moment. Just in case you value this content, you can contribute. We are open to accepting any contribution, which is not limited to money, definitely, but money is also one part that through which you can contribute. And for details, you can WhatsApp on this number, or if you wish to dive deeper into these concepts, you can join our workshops. Thank you.